There we go. Fellas, what is going on, everybody at home? It is Monday night. You are here with us on Last Take. Man, I am your host, Mr. Kevlar. Treat 'em swell. Above me, we got Mr. Skip from Skip's Trophies and More. Diamond Dirty D looking down at his phone. And Coach Abe. I got to figure out a nickname for you, Coach Abe, because it just, I don't know, something that rolls.
Abraham Lincoln.
Every week you gotta come with a different one, like you doing, and you're gonna give me one now.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. Damn, that don't roll off the tongue. Mr. Abraham Lincoln. Nah, see, it just don't work.
Hey, Kel, don't pay Skip no attention, bro.
Man, fellas, another week has passed. What's changed? What's new? What's in? What's out? Skip?
Oh, okay, my bad.
Usually you go first.
I'm out and about. I'm not at home, as y'all can see. I've been running around for Father's Day. My wife been taking me all over, learning a couple of new things, and I'm out at a friend's party right now. But this takes precedence. So the weekend was great, man. This past week, we've had a lot of things that we're going to talk about here on the podcast that happened in the sports world. Job suspension and, the mega trade that was just made and a couple of things we're going to talk about. But other than that, man, I'm happy, healthy. All my friends are in good places, in good positions, so can't ask for no more than that.
There you go. Dirty D.
Same here, man. We live it and got a lot of stuff going on, man, in the world, Starting off, it's Juneteenth Day today, that's a national holiday now, and so forth and so on. We got a lot of stuff going on in the sports world, a lot of stuff going on socially. We all blessed to be at Father's Day. It was yesterday. I know we weren't on air, but happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Kev being a brand new father himself, getting to learn the rigors of being a father and what it's really meant to be. So, you know what I'm saying? We weren't on live. I know we kick off our Atlanta CarCast Network every Monday for what goes on the week, but happy Father's Day to everybody out there.
Absolutely. Coach A, man, what's new on your side of the tracks?
Yes, sir, man. Happy Father's Day, belated to all the fathers out there. Happy Juneteenth to everybody, who celebrates in whatever fashion. Had a good weekend, man. Relaxed. Got a chance to relax more so on the go. But we also had a scrimmage against Fayetteville on Saturday. And the scrimmage usually consists of 10 plays on offense, then get them 10 plays on offense. So probably was out there about an hour and a half, so probably scrimmaged the whole game as far as time-wise, which was good conditioning for the kids. It's almost 90 out there, and it's getting around that time where they're going to be playing in, a lot of 90-degree weather, whether it be 3 o'clock in the afternoon or sometimes at night, so it was good work. Appreciate Fayetteville for getting us to work. A lot of people wouldn't even do it. A lot of 12 you won't even do it. But we appreciate it. And it was a chance to get better. And we getting ready to go on the road in 2 weeks. So, it's revving up.
There you go, Coach. Well, we're going to circle back to that here in a little while. Man, and I know it was hot. I got up Saturday and cut that damn grass. I made sure I was out there at about 8:30. Just to make sure I could avoid that heat. We went up to the lake after that. By the time we got there, I couldn't even get out the car without sweating. It got hot. Well, hey, man, before we kick this thing off, we're going to take a second to hear from our sponsor.
This episode of Last Take is brought to you by KJ's Mobile Auto Detailing, LLC. Hit up KJ anytime. He has same-day appointments available, y'all. Y'all got to hit him up. Same-day rain guarantee. Memberships available. Disinfectant, sanitization services, wash, wax, carpet shampoo, claying, steam cleaning as well. Hit them up at 470-214-1423.
Yeah. So, man, we've been talking about this Ja Morant situation for quite a while now. Multiple different views and opinions from multiple different people, but we finally got some result of it. Ja Morant will be suspended 25 games without pay. Now, the first question I have is this enough? Is this a fair punishment? Is this cruel? Is this what do you got, Skip?
Fair is objective because we're not in the business of making millions upon millions in a couple of months. From an armchair quarterback's point of view, he should have been suspended the whole season because it would have sent a stern message to him, other superstars of his level, and even the ones that are not of his level that could get in this kind of trouble and potentially lose their careers. Punishing him now would have sent that kind, more severely, would have sent a very strong message to everybody else, regardless of stature in the league. Now, 25 games is a quarter of the season. It's more than a quarter of the season. So, yeah, it's harsh, but for him to commit the same act within 2 months of the first time that he was punished for it, the punishment doesn't fit the crime, in my opinion.
D?
But hey, go get them, hey. I want to close this one out. Get them, hey, because this is going to be very interesting.
Good deal. So as Skip said, it was not enough. Just out the simple fact of like, bro, you don't understand the magnitude of who you are and what you're doing. And I think he came back and was trying to show everyone that it was a lighter on another post. After the suspension came down, I think he came and tried, oh, it's a lighter. Like, bro, anything that you're doing with a gun on anybody's camera is being insubordinate to the clause you really have in your NBA contract. Now, you ain't get locked up for none of it. I understand it. But you have a due diligence, or however it is, you have this responsibility of being an NBA player. You didn't get these millions by building your own company. You still, no matter how much money you're making, you work for someone, and you're in a spotlight. So it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough just off the simple fact he needs that slap in the head. Just he needs to be humble. Because I still do not think, because he came back after the suspension went down, trying to show that it was a lighter. I still don't think he's humble. I still don't think he has it all together up here. I still don't think he has the right people in his corner. However, the Players Association, I believe, is who's helping him out. They're
Of course.
They are
Navigate.
Yes, they are navigating through with the commissioner side of it, and just saying, hey man, look who he is. This was just a lighter, But are the players and the Players Association, better yet, are they coming back? Are they going to hold y'all accountable? Because
No.
Everybody got to understand that this 25 game suspension is not suitable. It's not suitable. He needs more. Everyone thought that he would get more. Everyone kind of wanted him to get more just so he could, like I said, just humble yourself, dog. But like I said, I don't think he is humble. That whole, let me show y'all this a lighter, that showed me right there, bro. You don't have to do nothing. Just accept your punishment. Go back to whatever treatment you say you went to. Get your mind right for that however amount of time. And just try it again, bro, because you steady going down the wrong path.
Do you think he's learned from this, or do you think we could see possibly him do it again.
I don't think we'll get a gun on video again, but it's gonna be something. Just something.
Right.
There you
And one more thing before D take over. That little fake ass farce he did talking about he went for treatment, that was bullshit. No kind of treatment expires that quickly. Nothing you learn you can forget that quickly. So for it to be suggested that he go back and do this treatment again, no, he didn't do it the first time. You went on vacation and you said you went to treatment. Because common sense would have kicked in somewhere between the first time and the second time, but it didn't. So go D.
So I got a couple of things. We're gonna go the business aspect of it from the NBA. Now, if you count these 25 game suspensions that they gave him, he's gonna return around Christmas. His team could still be in the 500, whatever they might be in. That's gonna be a media forest when whatever that game is televised, either that Thursday or I don't see him on no Christmas Day game at all. Hopefully the NBA won't pull that. I hope to God they don't. He's going to lose about $8 million. He's going to lose $8 million in these 25 games, which you would say, Skip, is just a drop in the bucket for that guy right there. And Nike
his
is
contract,
not going. Yeah, Nike is not getting rid of him, which I am appalled. And I'm a Nike consumer. I'm appalled about it. But hey, that's what they choose to do. Also, this is what I don't understand, Skip, and just give me your opinion when I give you this. And hey, Miles Bridges for the Charlotte Hornets put feet and hands on his woman, beat the brakes off of him. They gave him a 30-game suspension. Now, is that worse? 30 games, 5-game difference. Then this guy on 2 different occasions with the gun, he then jumped on a kid in his backyard. He then had several other incidents outside of the NBA. I'm just saying, when you start putting the fitting the crime with stuff, you see what I'm saying? Fitting the crime with things like that. And what precedents is the NBA setting? I agree. They should have gave him 41 games. But honestly, he didn't commit a crime NBA-wise, the visual how it looked wise, but he didn't commit a crime like a Miles Bridges did. That was a crime that Miles Bridges committed. But yeah, you got. To be honest with you, I'm really tired of this mess because it's overshadowing the NBA Finals. We knew what was going to take place. We was going back and forth, but we was on the hinge of what John was going to get after the finals. They already had released that. Now we got some other stuff going on in the NBA, and this is still the headline that we're still talking about 4 months later. You know what I'm saying? From this happening. Go ahead, Steve.
But 2 things to answer the last statement you just made about this being a headline. As long as we're talking about something or some part of what's going on, it keeps it relevant. So the reason Adam Silver made the announcement he wasn't going to punish Ja till after the finals, to keep the NBA relevant, to keep them trending. All of that makes money. So that's what that is. The other part you said about you hope they don't play him on Christmas Day, they'd be fools not to. The ratings would go through the roof if he was to play on Christmas Day. Like you said, it's part of the reason why they didn't give him a whole bunch of games, because they wanted to bring him back to get the media bonanza going. So if they don't play him, they're foolish. Because if they were worried about their brand, they would suspend him, like you said, at least half a season, possibly the whole season. So the brand is still king. Nike is not going to get rid of him because whatever shoe they drop going to sell out in 2 minutes. It's about money. Okay, I'm just answering your questions real quick, and then I'll let you come back. And the first thing you said about Miles Bridges, no, what he did is not nowhere close as bad as what Miles Bridges did. No, because you committed violence against another human, and then what's considered an inferior human, a woman. So, in my opinion, Miles Bridges should have been suspended a whole year behind that shit. Okay. You didn't just domestic or batter her. You beat the shit out of her. So it should have been 82 games. With the caveat, if it happens again, you will never play in the NBA no more. You can't condone. It could have been a kid that he beat the fuck out of, same thing. But you did it to your wife, a woman. I don't know if they have kids or not. So no, we can't compare the two. Ja Morant was just being stupid. Just so happened Gun was involved. No shots were fired. So nothing, detrimental outside of him fucking up his status as a role model. You get what I'm saying? But when you go to battering women and doing violent stuff, no, that's a whole nother level of punishment. But okay, go. I'm good. I'm done.
Hey, you along with this suspension, and like I said, they're gonna hurt him in his pocket, because he can't win any awards. He's definitely now he can't win any regular season awards, no all team, nothing, because now in a bargaining agreement, they got to play a certain amount of games, get in contention for these awards. Now, what I'm questioning is the All-Star vote. How would that play out? You see what I'm saying? Because I do remember back in the day, Anthony Hardaway Penny didn't even play half the season and got voted in as a starter. That year, I think whatever that year was, that '96 year, when he got voted in, he hadn't played half the year, and the Orlando Magic got mad. But that's my only, what I'm saying, like questioning with you guys, like with this suspension, and then like Abe said, you get back on live with a toy gun that we've seen.
It's that Android.
Jordy.
Somebody made a phone call. Somebody called her.
Somebody else in the house checked their email and his whole shit messed up.
But anyway, till he gets back. Abe, what do you think about him? The comparison that D made between Miles Bridges and him. Do you think there should have been a comparison?
Yeah, like you said, man. Listen, I'm just not trying to get personal or anything like that, but I grew up with just my mama. So any man hitting on a woman, bro, you deserve the maximum punishment, whatever's going to, I understand that, it may be issues with self-defense where some women crazy, they agitated, they may hit you first or whatever. But in this case, if he just beat the shit out of her, he definitely should have got a seat. So it's nowhere near in comparison, like you said, Ja did not break a law, and Miles Bridges definitely did, but I do think they went light on Ja in wake of it not being law broken. And they gonna play him on Christmas. They should play him. And as far as the All-Star voting, it's for the fans. So
yeah, but you have to play a minimum number of games. But you have to play a minimum number of games to be considered for any awards.
Okay.
So I think him missing 25 would take him out of that equation.
No. That's for end of season awards, like MVP, defensive player.
All-Star, he still can play. All-Star,
yeah, that's why.
Oh, okay.
If he's voted in because it's by the fans, the fans.
Yeah, that's what I was questioning.
And he is, no matter what's going on, what he done did, is one of the top players in the West. So I'm sure. Yeah. And from what I understand, they going back to East versus West this coming year. It'll be no more pickup game style. Oh, I got you, I got him. It'll be straight East versus West. So I think that he'll still get voted in, even playing 20 some odd games before the All-Star, but just because it's for the fans.
Well, fellas, how do you see this team faring until Ja returns coming into the season?
D made a hell of a statement about that when he comes back, they could be 500-ish. I think with what he brings to the team, they'll be below 500. But I don't dislike Ja. I'm just a Laker fan. Period. It don't matter who play for the Lakers. You play for the Lakers, I like you. I like the team. If Ja doesn't hit the gym, Breezy Breeze said, stay off the live and get in the gym. If he don't get in the gym and be in NBA shape, by the time they throw him back in the lineup, he won't make it to Christmas break. I think he's gonna hurt himself because he's young and he feel like I'm rubber band. I can just pop back. He needs to be in excellent NBA shape when he finally gets allowed back on the court. Or
do you guys think as a marketing standpoint that Nike would the money they invested in him would send him like on like a European or China tour while he's out for
No,
these 25 games
they
to
can't
keep
do that.
him. I'm just saying, to keep him in some type of form of shape, because this is investment or so forth. You don't think none of this happened? Because this what I do see. This what I do see. The jersey selling off the damn off the meat rack. They flying off the shelf. The shoes are gone. You see what I'm saying? So, and they saying that they gonna stick by him too. You help him with his mental illness and so forth. That's the only problem I have. You have one guy sharing a movie. Didn't commit no crime. Didn't do that. We know how everybody feels about him personally. Didn't commit any crimes compared to a guy with the gun, the kid, and all this stuff going on. And Nike ain't said nothing.
Well,
But we gonna stand by. And we know the different situation. And I don't want us to get the acts like we did when we talked about this shit long ago.
Yeah, but now watch this. The difference is that player didn't complain. All that player had to say was, damn, all I did was retweet something and I got kicked. I lost my contract. That's all he had to say. And guess what would happen? They'd have went back and researched the fact that, damn, all he did was retweet something and they fired him. What's going on? It ain't got nothing to do with skin color now. So that part is thrown out the door. What's going on here? They'll start to see that it's money grab. Kyrie was already on the bad guy side of the equation because of the COVID shit, because of his attitude about playing and everything else. So them dropping him didn't cost them that much. But them losing Ja and Ja signing with Adidas or somebody else, Nike would look like fools.
Mm-hmm.
So that part, it's a business move, yeah. But what Abe said about sending, one of y'all said about Nike sending Ja somewhere to play. No, NBA ain't gonna allow that.
No,
He's suspended. He's still on the contract. He go to Turkey somewhere and play or wherever and twist his ankle. That's NBA property right there. That ain't Nike property.
Mm-hmm.
See, you're an endorser. You're not an employee. Well, you're an employee. Let me take that back. You have an endorsed employee versus a full-time employee, if that makes sense.
Perfect.
You get what I'm saying? He ain't on Nike 401k.
No.
So there you go.
What Nike could do that would be best for Ja, get him some trainer, let him go get hard in the gym, like Breezy said, or
That's right.
Let that dude gain 15, 20, 24 pounds of muscle by the time he's coming into next season. He'll be good.
He's too young to gain that much muscle right now. He's too young to gain that much muscle.
What I was saying, not playing games, but when they go promote, when they go over there, they might have them in a half court setting and let the kids come out and shoot the ball with them. I'm not talking about playing no basketball. I'm just talking about to keep him, because what they got to do is rebrand his image to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? That this is the same.
He got to do it.
Yeah, the sad part about it, the youth that we know now, they love what he doing. It's cool. You see what I'm saying? It's cool. It's cool to them. It's us. It's us and the other business model people and the naysayers that say, oh, this guy, we ready for him to crash out. Or he Iverson 2.0. He this, that, and third. But our youth, they're looking up to him, just like Skip said before, I might have said in a previous program, Abe, that now we have kids, instead of wanting to go to the hole like Mike, instead of wanting to do what LeBron doing, they stepping over half court pulling threes because they see Stephen Curry doing it. They see Trey doing it. You see what I'm saying? Now you have this kid coming along that could be the face of the NBA. Now we're going to have what? We're going to have the dress with the colors in them. You know what I'm saying? With the one color like he has. They're going to want to wear the uniforms like him. They're going to want to do this. This is why I believe that we felt that he needed a harder punishment. Because if you said that president's like, kids, this is what happened. You know what I'm saying? This is what your consequences is. This is the aspect. Put how much money he's losing behind this out like you're supposed to. Like you said, $8 million is just a drop in the bucket for him. But $8 million to us or an inspiring athlete coming into the NBA that's trying to get that big contract, that's a lot of money. Because they got the 12th man on the bench is now making $8 million.
Hell no. Shit, the 7th man on the bench ain't making $8 million.
Well, fellas,
That's a lot
before
of
we
money,
move
man.
on, y'all got anything else to add on this?
I would say, you know, looking at it, being objective, I think 25 games is enough to send a small message, but it's not sending the right message. To me, it's saying if you're a superstar, we're gonna handle you with kid gloves. But if you, like D said, we're not using Miles Bridges as a comparison, but let's use Kyrie. Kyrie, a superstar. Kyrie got punished for going against the standards of the NBA by retweeting the Jewish thing, whatever it was about. He got punished because he lost his whole endorsement. And that wasn't the only endorsement he lost. So the message to me is not being sent clearly enough with 25 games.
I'm sorry, Kev, I never answered your question, but to answer your question, now that they know they won't have him for these summer games, let's see what they do in free agency. Let's see how they do in the draft. I do think that I'm not sure of the record exactly they played last year without him, whether it was injury or him messing up. But they are still a formidable opponent, especially if they get Steven Adams back. Jaren Jackson Jr. can go back to the 4. And they can just make some little moves. They're not a terrible team. They still can be competitive in the West. Maybe not top 4 in the West, but without Ja, that first quarter of the season is going to be a little tough. But like it's kind of premeditated, so they know. So maybe some different moves can be made to where they don't, slump off so much that first quarter.
There you go.
We're not gonna keep going because I could go back. I got you. I had some stuff to say, but let's go on to the next subject, man.
Oh, right. Well, the Washington Wizards have finalized a trade to send 3-time All-Star guard Bradley Beal to the Phoenix Suns. This is expected to include Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, several second-round picks, and some swaps. So, man, that's big. And I saw something saying Chris Paul heard about it on a tweet. Or from his son, who his son saw it on a tweet. And that's how he felt. Man, what?
Well,
they don't even care.
Certain things shouldn't matter. Chris Paul is long in the tooth, as old folks like to say. You've been in the league for a minute. You've had teams that definitely should have been in the finals, and you should have been the leader of those teams. Now the Clipper teams, you ran into some juggernauts, some dogs. The Phoenix team. I'm not going to say it was all coaching. I think it was gelling and, a lot of other issues. What I missed?
No, you keep talking. Wait till I read this right here. Because Kev gave us the snippet of this. You're going to like this here.
Okay. But with Chris Paul, man, he's a Hall of Famer. First ballot, unanimous. Got that. But now you're at the point now to where you can help a team more with leadership than on the court play, in my opinion. Before we came live, we were talking about potential landing spots for him if he was to get bought out in the Washington deal. In my opinion, a team like LA, the Lakers I'm talking about, is not a good fit for him because they're also long in the tooth, older in the game. He would need to be somewhere where he can show a young point guard how to manage and run a team while winning versus going to a team that knows how to win and not bringing more to the table than what they already have. That's my opinion when it comes to Chris Paul.
Now, Kev gave us a little bit. Skip, you're going to like this and because I want to hear this. Chris Paul also implied that Isaiah Thomas, a former Detroit Piston, was involved in the decision making of this trade getting finalized. I said, Tommy,
How's
what you
that?
got to do?
He
Friends with the owner.
Yes, with Phoenix.
Well, I mean, you know what though? It don't matter who had something to do with it. It was a hell of a move.
Well, at
What
the end of
do
the day, now this is what I don't understand. And we can say whatever we want because Munchie Williams was the coach of that team. They 2 years, maybe 3 years removed from being in the NBA Finals. So,
Right.
okay, y'all go out and go get Kevin Durant. Now y'all go out and get another all-star type player. I'm not going to say he's a superstar player, all-star type player in Bradley Beal. And you turn the reins over to Frank Vogel. Here we go again, Skip, when we see this same thing keep happening. These teams keep getting built. They get an identity from another said coach, and then you bring another coach in to take over and let them win with it and make all these deals. Now, the thing I see them having all these guys, we were talking about them, let Abe get off what he told me behind the scenes, because that was what he came up with. They're going to have to get some depth. You're taking a Hall of Fame point guard off their team that can facilitate. I'm going to be honest with you. I know his family is in LA, the Clippers or the Lakers. He would make a better fit, even if he don't want to be on the East Coast, that Boston team. Put Chris Paul on Boston team.
There you go. With some young guys that can learn something and grow from it.
You put Chris Paul on a team like that. See, that's what you need. Well, no. I ain't gonna go there. But I'm just saying, because he wants to be on the West Coast. But I, as a GM, if I'm Boston, I'm like, see, can we get a flyer on this dude? Because what I told you for the last 3 years, what I kept telling you, Boston is a point guard away from running ship because they can get them 2 jokers in order from a veteran point guard and let Smart come off the bench and let Smart do whatever he need to do because he don't need to be the damn point guard. That's my opinion of it. But go ahead, Abe.
Hey, D. Abe, real quick before you go, I just want to add something to what D said. Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker are all ranked among the NBA's top active players in career points per game. Kevin Durant is second with 27.3. Devin Booker is 11th with 23.9. And Bradley Beal is 17th with 22.4. So that adds, I mean, just do it, off of that number. That adds something to an offense.
Exactly. It don't work like that. Go ahead. It don't work like that, no. But go ahead.
Offensively, they got better. I don't know.
They got better. Bradley Beal is the better defensive player than Chris Paul.
I agree, but I agree he's a more better offender than he is a defender.
Yeah.
I do feel like Booker gonna play the 1 now. I do feel like they need a good, strong power forward. Why you looking at me like that, Skip? Who gonna play the 1?
Bradley Beal.
He can't.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay.
So actually, like right now, the way that team is constructed, right now, Devin Booker, their best player. To me, I ain't.
No,
look.
I
said to me.
You
gonna let me talk? You gonna let me talk?
You're finna get fired.
Did I stop you from talking? You gonna let me talk?
Okay, my bad. Your contract is in my hand.
Shut up!
Thank you. So Devin Booker will play the 1. They do need to get a strong rebounding, defending power forward. I don't think Aiden wants to do that. Aiden wants to score the ball just like all the other people on that starting 5 are going to want to score the ball. He will be option 4 now. So I do think that a deal for Aiden is still looming to where they're going to get more bigs instead of just that 1 big. Because Frank Vogel likes bigs. As if we could go back to when he was with LA, he had Dwight, JaVale McGee, and he let them play alongside AD at the 5 and let AD play the 4. So Vogel will definitely switch some things up. I know he will. I do think that they're gonna need like I said, a strong defending, rebounding power forward. Not nobody to score because they got 3-4 people who gonna do that. I do think that Vogel still will have some stuff to figure out with putting all that together. He will have the luxury of at least 2 of those 3 playing on the floor at some point, whether it's Bill KD, Bill Booker, Booker KD, however it may be. So I do think it got him better in the West. Are they better than Denver on paper? No. I don't think nobody in the West better than Denver with the Joker. They still don't have a defender down low who gonna guard the Joker. They can have all the perimeter guys in the world. Devin Booker played a hell of a series against Denver these last playoffs, but it just wasn't enough. So I do think they got better, maybe second, third in the West, but not quite enough to get them over the hump.
I want to give you that starting lineup potentially. We got Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, this Josh Okogie, if I'm saying that right. Kevin Durant at the power forward, which is the 4, and we got DeAndre Ayton. So I must agree with right now, Durant is still one of the best players in the league, but on that team, Devin Booker is the driving force on that team, and that's just my opinion. I'm not gonna say that Kevin Durant is not gonna still get his, but as of this stage in his career, he's still gonna get you 25. But when Kev just named off them numbers from last year, whatever they scored,
I just watched Booker be their best player for them in the playoffs.
He's the driver.
I just watched Booker be their best player in the playoffs.
This is what. Hold on, Skip. I'm gonna get it to you. I'm just gonna put this out and I'll let you go. What Kale said about them stats, about them points, don't mean nothing because that ain't the one ball. You're gonna have a scenario of a Boston type thing going on here, unlike the Miami situation, because Miami, well, about the same, but still, Chris Bosh was still getting a double-double. But go ahead, Skip.
Anybody on this platform ever say that Kevin Durant ain't the best player in the fucking NBA need their head chopped off? Don't tell me Devin Booker is better than Kevin Durant. He ain't better than Kevin Durant on no aspect of the whole game.
Right now, he's better than Kevin Durant.
He ain't better than Kevin Durant in no aspect of the NBA basketball game. Stop that. Now, did he have a better season? Yes. He ain't better than Kevin Durant. How you could say that from one damn playoff series?
I said the whole.
Watch this. All 3 of us, we picked the Suns to damn near be in the Western Conference Finals when Kevin Durant came over. Did we not?
We did.
Okay, so we considered Kevin Durant to be 1-2 best player in the league. Did he do anything to show up in the playoff to make sure to give us that? He did not. And the only person in that series, we going off that series, that playoff series, Devin Booker statistically had a better series than Kevin Durant.
Now, he averaged 33.7.
He did.
So
he did.
So that's what I'm saying. That's
what I just said. But I just said that. He had a better series than Kevin Durant.
So
that don't make him a better player than Kevin Durant. So please don't miss me with that. He is the driving force of that team. He is not.
Yes,
That's his team. That's his team. Just like D-Wade team was Miami team.
Right now, not overall, Skip. Right now, this present day and time, Devin Booker is Phoenix's best player. Not saying he's not an overall better player than Durant. He playing better ball than him right now. He younger. He got better legs. He can defend. He gonna play both sides of the ball, up and down. When Durant's 29 that he averaged in the playoffs was a quiet Robin like 29, because every game Devin Booker going the hell off 50 balls back to back. I saw that.
When you hot, but hold on. When you're hot, ain't they supposed to give you the ball? If you're making shots,
never has he been.
No, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this. We're gonna answer questions. We gotta answer questions before we go to making statements. When you're making shots, aren't they supposed to give you the ball? It ain't hard
Yes.
to say yes or no.
Yes, but he
Okay, so
It's nothing you're going to say that's going to change my mind, sir.
I'm not trying to change your mind. I just like how I answer y'all's questions when y'all pose them to me. I just expect the same thing, a courteous answer.
Right now,
I say yes.
Looking away when I ask questions.
Right now,
I say
Devin
yes.
Booker. Right now, Devin Booker is going to run the one, get players involved, go 30 or 40 if he got to, defend the other team's best perimeter player. Like that's
let me reel this back in a little bit. So as we just talked about, how the team's gonna do without Ja, how the other team's gonna do without Ja. What do we see for this team in the future coming into the season?
Hold on. I Skip. Watch this. He the best player right in the league. That's what you said, right? So I got this for you. His legacy look kind of trashy right now. For you to be the best player, you've been on several teams in the last 6 years. You look very suspect to be arguably the best goddamn player, as you say.
He's a great scorer.
In a 6 year span, in a 6 year span, LeBron was on 3 different teams.
Ain't nobody saying nothing about LeBron.
He left Miami with the Cleveland 2 years, then he came to LA and won 3 championships in them 6 years. So
we're not talking.
Because he was on
we're not talking about.
But you just said
we're not talking about LeBron. That's what you just said.
You just said because he was on 3 different teams, that makes his legacy suspect. I just gave you a comparison. LeBron was on 3 teams in 6 years.
And then what?
His legacy in comparison?
No, because what you said. What you said. What you just said in the 3 years. What did LeBron do?
He won.
Won what? Championship. This man, since he left the Golden State, has done absolutely nothing but be on teams with turmoil, telling folks he don't want to be there, he don't want to do this, he don't want to do that. If you want to compare the two, LeBron don't talk like this to be arguing with the best player in the league. They talk their way out of contracts, they talk their way out of situations. Can we say what team Durant is his team? That was Kyrie's team up there in Brooklyn. He had a team to himself in Oklahoma. He got the hell away from them. He went over there being a side chick to Steph Curry and damn Draymond and them to get a damn ring. He could have stayed there. And he left. So what is his legacy really? He got 1 MVP trophy, he got a scoring title, and he got 2 championships and 2 MVPs in the final. After that, but that's on stacked teams, we must say. And he the same dude that tweeted out about when LeBron went to Miami and they got a stacked team and all this. Sir, you becoming an individual with a lot of all-stars on your resume you done played with. James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kyrie, Splash Brothers, Draymond, that's 6. Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, that's 8, and Chris Paul can play with it. That's 9.
I see in our chat that everybody's sending me stats.
Oh, I
Can
can't see that.
Can anybody on this panel name the top 5 players in the NBA?
Right now? Go ahead.
It's gonna be opinionated though.
Okay, but I'm asking your opinion. Who are the top 5 players in the NBA?
Joker.
Go ahead, D. Yeah.
I'll tell you, Google.
Joker. LeBron. The freak. The Greek freak. Embiid. And number 5 is interesting. Number 5 is interesting.
You know he said Devin Booker? But Kevin Durant up there. And y'all throwing stats. We talking about 1 year.
Watch this. I got a 5 for you.
My 5.
Luka.
Yeah, there you go. That's 5. What's your 5, 8?
Joker, Giannis, LeBron,
Embiid.
He don't
That's
like
hate.
Embiid.
That's hate. That's hate. That's hate. That's cause he's a Hawk fan. But go ahead. You gotta be unbiased here. You gotta be unbiased.
I like Butler over Embiid though. I do.
Wait, I fucked up.
God. I said top five, man. I said top five.
I fucked up.
Okay,
up.
I get.
I'm taking Steph. I want Steph over Luka. I fucked up. Steph. Go ahead.
Steph. Okay, Steph, Bron, Joker, Embiid, and Giannis.
Okay. Is Kevin Durant in that top 10?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Devin Booker in that top 10 too, though.
Hold on. Is Booker in front of Kevin Durant in that top 10? Best player in the league that you'll start your team with?
Right now, yeah.
Okay.
Do y'all want to hear?
You've been a losing team, sir.
I don't know about it. Go ahead.
You've been a losing team, sir.
I've just got a little Google article pulled up here. It says best ranked players in 2023 or top players, and it's the top 8. So LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Jason Tatum, Joker, Steph Curry, Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant, and Giannis.
Kevin Durant was
what name did he didn't call?
That was on 7. Kevin Durant was 7.
Who name did he not call in them 7 names he just
But
called?
that's top 8. If top 10, it could have.
The question was, whose name did you not mention?
I just watched him be
not Booker,
second best player on the team.
And that's all you can say is you watched him play one good playoff. The whole playoff, he was excellent. Never denied that. But
all the other players you named, all the other players y'all named, Kev, I watched them be their team best player.
But let me say this, because I gave you the top 8.
I ain't watched KD be finished best player since he got there.
Well, I just told you the top 8. I looked at the 9 and 10. 9 is Devin Booker. 10 is Anthony Davis.
Who was in front of him? Who was in front of Devin Booker?
LeBron.
Man, I hate talking to
Wait a minute. Whoa. Stop. Kev, who number 1? He wanted you to say 1 through 10 in the order. So
yeah, I said, so 1 through 10, Giannis took number 1.
Okay.
Kevin Durant was 2nd. 3 was Joel Embiid. Steph Curry in 4th. Joker in 5th. Jason Tatum in 6th. Kawhi Leonard in 7. LeBron James in 8. Devin Booker 9th. And Anthony Davis 10th.
Now, this is for you, Skip. Now with LeBron being,
that's not fact, Skip. So why are you like?
It's not
factual. No, that is like who everybody like over this person.
You just tried to deny Embiid, man. You just tried to deny Embiid. So stop that. Them ain't facts what you spit.
Adebayo better than Embiid.
See, that's the problem right there. You're a Hawks fan, and you are so.
Adebayo better than Embiid. I just watched Adebayo.
Get the contract, Skip.
Yes, him that.
Man, that man is blind. You know what? You hanging on the thread, partner.
He said you're all thin ice.
Adebayo?
Yes.
That's his opinion.
How much money does Adebayo make? What's Adebayo's contract?
It don't matter about that. They just be who Embiid couldn't. They just be who Embiid couldn't. We need to have bylaws that say. We need to have bylaws. Boston. They beat Boston, and he played better against Boston than Embiid did.
Okay. You got to use your mute button here.
Mister, we need to get some bylaws, man. When we ask each other questions, we need to answer the damn question before we go to making statements, asinine ass statements. I asked one simple question. What is Adebayo's contract roundabout? It don't have to be exact.
5-year, $163 million. I got it right here.
5 years, $100 million. That's
$163 million.
160.
That's his extension, right?
That's his extension, yeah.
Okay, so and what does Embiid make again? See, contracts dictate.
Skip.
What?
He been in the league longer than that by you, brother. Don't do
So
that.
how you gonna say Adebayo better?
In the grand scheme of things, he ain't making that much more.
Watch this
I
man
didn't say
play better against Boston than Embiid did. I just watched it.
He made some money. He made him some money. He made him some money.
And Embiid down taller than trees. And Adebayo ain't even down 7 feet. I just watched him with more of this than Embiid got. That's what, regardless of the shot, the height, I'm dunking, he got more of this than Embiid will ever have. That's why, to me, Adebayo is better.
And Skip, you agreed to something in that series. What did you say? If a B take his ass down in the paint, they'll be dominant. That's the point A trying to make to you. When Bam went in the paint against their ass and bullet their ass, and guess what happened? Boston got their ass whooped.
The difference in those two guys is Embiid can call shots. Adebayo can't. Adebayo is doing what he's told. He's a hell of an athlete, hell of a player, not taking nothing from him. But Adebayo shoot 2 3-pointers, he coming out that fucking game.
That ain't his game. That's not his game.
But the point I'm making is Embiid can shoot them motherfuckers. Coach, hey man, don't shoot that no more. All right, coach, and run down the court. That's the difference. That's why I made the statement. If you put Embiid down in the box and make his ass stay there, y'all, they got rings.
Yeah, he need to go to Spoelstra then, because nobody else is making him.
He needs a coach. Yeah, he needs an old school type coach.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. But Adebayo, shut your ass up.
Man, I just watched Bam, bro. I just watched.
Fellas, we are gonna
anyway,
move on.
Go ahead, Tim. I'm sorry.
Man, I don't really have a graphic for this, so we're just gonna put that up there. I just wanted to point out that as of right now, the Braves are in the division lead at 46.
Of course.
20 games over 500.
So, hey, man, looking good.
Arguably, outside the pitching staff for our baseball fans, the Braves arguably has a top tier lineup 1 through 9, far as the lineup. If we can get some people, they have a murderer's row type lineup. The pitching is the only thing I'm concerned about with the Braves. Is shaky. We don't know what you know what I'm saying? They shaky, barring injury. The bullpen from the championship season is not like it was. But hey, go ahead, Skip.
The one thing about pitching now, in this day and age of baseball, compared to when we had Glavine, Maddox, Smokes, and the rest of them, is dominance now is all about power. It's not about finesse pitching. Maddox never threw a strike. Motherfuckers just thought they were going to be strikes. Glavine killed you with power. Smokes killed you with a myriad of things. Now pitchers have to, it's all about power, throwing the ball hard and everything else, and just out-dueling the batter. Pitchers now don't have that. You got Kershaw, a couple of them, Clayton Kershaw being one. Some of those pitchers, they have that old school mentality where I'm going to curveball him to death. Either I'm going to walk him or strike him out. I'm not going to throw a fastball to this pitcher. A lot of these pitchers now, they listen to what the catcher say or what the pitcher coach call, and they throw the pitch. They don't make those decisions on their own anymore like the old school guys once did. So as long as the Braves offense stay where it's at, we're going to stay 30. We'll probably finish the season in 40 games over 500. I think so.
I agree,
so
man.
I think with the pitching being as good or as decent as it is right now, I think all we got to do is keep the batting where it is. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I definitely agree. If we can average them 5 runs per game, somewhere around in there, I think we don't want like 12 or 14 or 13 or 15, something like that. And like you said, at 20 games over 500. The only thing that scares me is when we get into the playoffs and these tight games. I don't want to have to throw them bullpen games where we put somebody in there in the 4th inning. I want to have a little bit more stability in my rotation. Come playoff time. Right now, you good. You're going to get Florida 3 games, Colorado 3 games, fucking Philly 3 games. So you can kind of maneuver it, but shit, if you got the Dodgers for 7 games, and you constantly going up against them bats, your bats got to stay hot, and you still got to have a little bit more dependable pitching. But like I said, as far as the regular season, we should skate. I think fucking Florida is the second best team in our division right now. And who thought that with all the money the Mets spent and, Philly coming out of the World Series maybe a year or so ago. But I like where we at. I do want to sew up that pitch, and I think we got a few guys in Gwinnett doing some pre-gaming before they come up. So as long as we can, like Skip said, keep them bats high, average 4, maybe 5 runs a game, and have that pitching together by the time the playoffs come, we good, man. We skating through it. I love the lineup. I love the way Michael Harris Jr. done came on. We probably got arguably the best player in baseball, probably in the NL. So we ride high right now, but it always happens when we get in the playoffs and we damn lose. And I do think that the pitching will be the only reason that we'll do that. We got enough bats to stay in there, but come playoff time, we just got to have some good stability at the pitch.
Gotcha. And like I said, real quick, I know we ain't gonna stay that long on this topic. In this era's MLB, it's about that bat. If we put the bat on the ball, we're gonna stay dominant. All we need is comparable pitching.
Yes.
We don't need the best pitching because the best pitching will make it to where we always on offense, and you don't see with the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
So with the pitching we got, if we just keep it right there without trying to throw shutouts and everything else, just manage the game, so to speak, we ain't really got no unless we run into Houston, a hot Houston, or maybe LA catch on fire because they got the team to do it. The Dodgers, they got the team to do it. Then I ain't worried about Florida. Florida, that was an anomaly, them winning all them games out the gate when they was 17-0 or 11. What they won, like 16 in a row or something like that?
They were Tampa Bay.
Tampa, I'm sorry. Yeah, Tampa, not the Marlins, but the Rays. But if we just keep hitting the ball, keep the ball in play, let them athletes shine, we'll be all right, man. I think we win 110 games.
Kev, I want to do your coaching for life because we still have our coach down here, and I would like to discuss what he did over the weekend. If we could get that going before we close out, because we do have our resident coach on staff without his jewelry today. And
he looks big.
Well, before we jump into that, I had one last thing that I just wanted to bring across y'all's plate that I saw today, and that was the death of Ray Lewis III. He was found in his apartment. As of now, it is a suspected drug overdose. And we just hate to see that. He was playing college ball, or I think he was, in his last year. So it's kind of, we're seeing this more and more with the drugs, man. And you never know what you're getting nowadays. So, even athletes can OD.
Now I'm gonna tell you before it came out about
you got your finger over your camera, Skip.
My wife texted me. I apologize. Can y'all hear me? Y'all got me?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a text. I apologize. Before it came out about the drug overdose, my thinking was it was suicide. Because we know he was healthy. We know he was an athlete, so it had to be, in my opinion, something out of the ordinary, which suicide would have been. And I don't wish that on nobody. I'm just saying what I thought. But seeing that it was drugs, there's something else in play here, because money's not an issue. Could he be a follower? Could it have been spiked? What's the reason for you to have to even go that route when everything that we're all chasing as Americans, as humans, you have? So that's why I thought, well, man, I think this boy committed suicide. That's why they so hush about it. But to me, and this gonna sound mean, harsh, whatever, but who was Ray Lewis III?
I misspoke. He didn't. He's not still in college, but he played cornerback at Miami.
Right.
Then went to Coastal Carolina.
He transferred. Yeah, he transferred.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, he's Ray Lewis's son, But does death always deserve a headline? Shouldn't we be more and not again? I don't know them like that, but ESPN and all these other places were talking about this guy as if he played in the league, as if he made headlines or something. He's just a Hall of Famer's son. You don't. I mean, it's too big of it. To me, it's okay. The man lost his child. Condolences. Keep it moving. But they're talking about his career like he had a chance to go somewhere. He never had a chance.
He was 28, not even playing anymore.
Almost.
No, I'm just saying. Even when he was in the league, the only reason he went to Miami because his daddy went there. You get what I'm saying? So, but hey, just me.
Well, hey, fellas. Oh, my bad. Hey, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm reading that it was opioid overdose. And like you said, money wasn't the issue. Sometimes kids living that life at that age, you get caught up with the wrong people. You make some wrong decisions. I can't just speak on exactly what that young man was going through mentally or whatnot. So it's definitely a tough situation. Prayer going out for Ray Lewis, probably one of my best. For me, he might have been the best defender all time that I watched. Just as far as him inspiring me to want to just be good at whatever I'm doing. I definitely you don't know, you have to trust in your children that they're gonna make the right decision. And he probably had plugs and avenues to where he can get his hands on anything. It's definitely easier for him, especially when you have what it takes to do that. So I can't really speak on what that young man was going through. Prayers going up for him. I just hope that this is a learning experience for a lot of the other kids whose parents are in other, powerful situations, or just popular people. Hopefully this is just a learning experience for them to just keep their head on straight, man. And I'm sorry for that tragedy.
Well, Abe, I was gonna touch. Oh, Skip.
Fellas, I apologize. I gotta go.
You good? You good?
I appreciate y'all. I know y'all got some critiques for me. We'll get to them next week. We can do it in the text chat, whatever. Good night, fellas. Coach
yeah.
Your ass.
No, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Give it up for Mr. Skip. Yeah.
Peace out, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, one thing I was gonna say was, man, we see it a lot. Sometimes we don't see it. It is something that we hear about every so often. These folks grew up with obvious parents, kind of at all. But we always see that, like that, they do things, even though we look at it, how can you be upset? You grew up with millions of dollars. You know what I mean? Look who your daddy is. But they go through things as well. Well, hey, we are going to move into the coach's corner in our Coaching for Life segment. So, Abe, I'm going to put you right there. I'm going to click down on this guy. What the fuck is it? There it is. All right. So, man, last time we talked to you, you told us about some problems y'all were having with the park and the league. And so, I know a couple of things have developed since then. What went on this weekend, man? Y'all are practicing? Y'all are playing?
We actually played a scrimmage out in Fayetteville against the 11U Fayetteville Blue Devils. I think that's their names. And we did, to answer your question about the parks, we did end up going over to another park. However, it's still like basically no 11U team wants to play us, and it seems like that other 11U coaches are getting together trying to blackball us out of having a season in a league. Now and what we have done is we have came up and scheduled games with teams either out of town or teams from out of town that would come here to suffice for us not being in the league. So no matter what part we go to, the only thing that they wanted was we could have been in the league, but we would have had to been in the city league for city of Atlanta, and we would have had to play 12U. And some of those kids at City 12U are huge,
That puberty hit.
and some are probably 13. So we don't want to, as good as we feel like we are as confident in our kids, we don't want to put them in jeopardy to where we're gonna compromise and get hurt or something like that. So what we have done is came up and scheduled games to where we'll still play, probably not every week, but we will still get the required national battle. National requires you to play at least 8 to 10 games in a season. So we'll play well over that along with the tournaments and traveling out of town. So we will be eligible to still play national. So, and the good thing about it is you don't have to be in a league to still go national. But we did get some good scrimmage work in this weekend. Uh, some against some bigger kids. We definitely whooped ass out there, bro. I don't even know how many times we scored. And I definitely like the work that we got. And like I said, it was a good mark that to where we see where we at as far as playing and conditioning in that hot weather, because it's gonna get even hotter. We're gonna go to Charlotte, which will be hot. We're gonna go to Dallas, which will be very hot, and we're going there in the end of August. So of course that Texas sun gonna be beaming. So we're trying to get these boys ready to play, keep them conditioned up. We are getting ready to go to North Carolina in 2 weeks. So we'll practice. We probably got about 6 or 7 more practices before we actually go up there. But we still haven't had a practice with everybody there because some parents have issues with transportation. We got kids still coming from out of state who can't make it every day. So, but we're making the best out of what we can, man. And I still feel like whoever we tried out there, that 11 gonna, give us the best chance to win. So,
Well, D, I know you
My,
got some questions. Oh, go ahead.
oh yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, kid. Oh, so what's the issue here, Abe? I'm confused here because now y'all get to a team where get to a part where y'all can actually get what y'all need. And is it now it's becoming is it because of this bravado of y'all kicking everybody's butt? Y'all the top dogs, and is this from you coaching on multiple different teams before you came to Lambeau? If this is somehow how the demise starts with some of the teams, y'all get a good 5, 6 year run, and then it's like everybody gets dismantled. I mean, what is this really about? Is it about the competition or is it about the kids? I'm just because when you tell me this, it's just confusing to me. Because even though we had Coach Howard on here, and I wish we could have know about this early on, I expect
yeah.
we could have helped. I mean, maybe could have kept y'all where y'all were. Um, but this is unfortunate that y'all are going through this, and luckily it's not during the season, and that's extra work for you guys. I know it is, and more streamers on the parents because now what they do if they can't stop y'all from having a team, we're gonna try to make it as hard as possible for you guys to practice, play games, have a decent schedule for y'all to be ranked in whatever system, how y'all ranking system go, where to get where now said player is being recruited heavily. I know it's other stuff going on behind the scenes that y'all have to go back and forth with and so forth to try to dismantle your team. It is sad, but that's what I know goes on.
Yeah, that's definitely the vibe I'm getting. But I think we are still knowledgeable of of people still wanting to play. It may not be everybody, but it is teams that are out of state that are still lining up to play. When we have this Lambeau tournament in the middle of next month, it'll be 12 to 14 different teams at our age group. So it's not that the people um, nationwide are doing this. It's kind of just people statewide, and we can definitely maneuver around that. Play a national schedule. Got to travel sometimes. Get some people coming here. Just so I'm not mad at it because it was like a push or a fight trying to get in, and it was constantly us being told no. When we can just go about this national schedule, and it's easier. You can just get the field, you got the refs, we can do it, and it's not a tug of war. Like we don't want y'all in there. Oh, we don't want to play them. It's too much, stuff going on statewide to where we ain't gonna get no work. So I've been asking 12U teams. I've been asking different teams all over the state. We haven't gotten the answer yet. I was so happy that Fayetteville wanted to do it. So as of now, like I said, we go out of town to Charlotte in 2 weeks. We probably won't get no work from anyone unless we probably go back to Fayetteville. So it do help to get some little tune-up work against somebody else, in which that scrimmage this past weekend was our first work actually against somebody else. The kids just get to beating up on each other every day. It gets kind of draining where you want to swap paint with someone else. So,
hang on, D, before you go. Abe, have you reached out to? Are you trying to stay close to Atlanta, around the east side, west side? Like, is there a certain parameter you're in? Because I just wonder if you've reached out to any of these northern. They play some good ball in Marietta. It's getting better out here in Woodstock and shit. But these East Cobb cats, they come a lot. There's a lot of kids out here that come from former professional athletes.
That's
so there's some good ball being played up here. So I was just wondering if you'd reached out to anybody on this side.
I haven't. Well, we were trying to look to get in the Northwest Georgia League, which would include, I think we would have been playing the likes of Atworth, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Douglas County, stuff like that. But we were unsuccessful with that too. We tried pretty much every league, and the thing with the Northwest Georgia League was that so the part that we went to is already in one league, right? So in order for us to be in the Northwest Georgia League, they want not just one team, they want the whole part.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't just go the 95% of the part is in one league, and you in Northwest Georgia League, they need all of them in that one league. So, and then the other leagues that the parts are in, that's the leagues that's really not letting us in or don't want us to play. So, it's definitely a struggle, but it's definitely some light at the end of the tunnel with this national schedule. Some weeks you'll have off, and the con about playing in a league with some games, bro. We'll go out there, we'll prepare all week, prepare hard, and sometimes you will want to get some pushback from the other teams. But that league we was in, man, we was whooping ass.
Steamrolling.
And it was, like, damn, practice be better than this sometimes. See what I'm saying? So, I think the national schedule will help us competitive wise, because you probably gonna get every other state team's best shot. You see what I'm saying? To whereas a lot of the teams in state just like, man, we gotta play them. We know we not, it's a different type of competition you're gonna get with the out of state teams, and which our kids and our team needs that. So like I said,
to me, that sounds like the other coaches are failing their kids, man. That fellas, we ain't gonna go play them because we gonna lose. Man, I would need a coach back there going, man, fuck them. They think they hot shit. We gonna go punch them in the mouth. Now it might not happen that way,
and that can only get the other team better. You see what I'm saying? It'll give you stuff to work on because we not, you know, well, I know I'm not going around here, oh, I coach for Lambo, we the best in the world. You know, we humbly do it, you know, because the kids still got to get out there and play. You know, however they want to show out and have fun, that's on them. But, you know, it's definitely be the adults for it to where it's like, oh, we don't want to play now. You know, it'd be more of them than the kids. Because if the adults tell the kids, strap that shit up, we about to go play them, they going to play, you know.
Well, Abe, we're about to wrap this thing up, man. Do you got anything else to say on the way out before we let Abe tell us his last bit?
I did attend something yesterday with the little league stuff, like we was talking about. My cousin plays baseball. And we went up here, Kev. We was up here off of were we in Canton yesterday? Some baseball field, some first pitch, some pitch.
Okay.
Perfect pitch. I think it was perfect pitch.
Was that Holly
Perfect pitch.
Springs
You know,
Parkway somewhere, or you said you up in
we
Canton?
was. I tell you where we was at. We were by KL High School.
Oh, okay. Oh shit, you were like 5 minutes from the house.
Yeah, I was by
Yeah, I must
KL
have
High
heard that
School,
online, but oh well.
and I wasn't thinking about it. But it amazes me is facilities for this baseball that they have. And we go, hey, it's ridiculous. And I know you probably seen it with the turf fields, the cameras on the fields. It was probably 20 games going on at one time. And it's an amazing venue. And this type of stuff is up in the northern regions of Georgia that tripped me out, Kim. It bothers me because we have to travel from down here to go up there to see this type of stuff to get the exposure. And I wish we had a facility in our metro area like that, where kids don't have to come from Stockbridge and McDonald to go way up north. And it's just like with the football stuff too, and even with the soccer. It's demographically based like that. But go ahead, Kim. That's what I did yesterday.
I was gonna say, Abe, you got anything else, man, you want to say before we get off of this?
No, I'm good.
Cool. Well, shit. Go ahead and give me your last take since you're up there.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all for having me on. I'm definitely
You ain't gotta thank us. You part of the crew, dog.
I'm definitely anticipating. Appreciate it, Kev. Definitely anticipating this upcoming season, man. I'm still excited. Like I said, it still didn't kind of go the way we wanted to locally, but you know, we still putting it all together. I'm still, you know, steady working hard with them linemen. And I definitely I'm gonna be doing the Lawrence Taylor count. I'm volunteering out there this coming Saturday, and I wanted to try to get the show out there. My guy Hilton Rock King Alexander, his daughter was having a baby tonight. Congrats to him on being a papa. I'm definitely gonna be in touch with him, and we're gonna try to have a good time out there this weekend. And I'm looking forward to everybody from the show coming out, man. Appreciate y'all.
There you go. Well, shit, I can tell you this right now. As of now, you know how it is with a woman. I'm free. D, give me your last take.
Yes, appreciate you guys for tuning in as always, man. We try to give y'all the best content that we can give, and the knowledge that we have, and it's all opinionated. We'd like for you people, to come on and you can give us your opinion. You can come on live. We have different topics and anything y'all want us to discuss. Forth like Abe saying, I will be live on location with the rest of the crew. Hopefully, by the grace of God, we'll be there, and hopefully, I get to meet LT. I have something that I want LT to see, and we get to see these kids and talk to some of these parents and kids live, or get us some drops for the show and see where we're trying to take this show and where we're trying to go with it. Because us is all about the youth, and as you see, this is a different time that we're in, a different place in society that we in, that it's a lot of things that's around the kids that will influence them. Unfortunately, like about Ray Lewis' son, and again, the John Morant situation. These athletes are very, role models to a lot of these kids. Unfortunately, they might not want to be, but they are. I've liked this gentleman since I first seen him play, and I'm 45 years old now. You see what I'm saying? So, it's just what it is. But Thank you guys. Kev, I'm glad Kev is all right, and I got to see his pretty face again because he has issues and be doing things that I don't know what he be doing, and he's back. So yeah, I appreciate Kev is all right. We represent the A today. We represent the A,
Yes,
no cap
sir.
bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well said, D. Well, hey, man, since I didn't get to talk about it last week, I just want to say congratulations to the Lioness, Amanda Nunes. She retired 2 Saturdays ago after retaining her title, both of her titles. So she retired a double champ, one of the probably the best female fighter ever. It's a mean bitch. I said it on the show a couple of weeks ago. A mean bitch. And she proved it once again. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We had a wonderful time as always. Coach Abe, where the hell are you? But yeah, man. Hey, we'll be back same time, 8 o'clock. Ah, shit, my fucking ear. Sorry, hang on. I just got this fucking itch in my ear. Anyways, we'll be back next week at 8 p.m. Until then, keep your beer cold and your wings lemon pepper, baby. We are